driving to work, a quick discussion on nitrosamines, lifestyle, our evolutionary past as scavengers, and yes, just life. I had a discussion with Richard, my business partner in Cape Town this morning, and he was telling me that Bruce Whitfield did an article in which he indicated that Lagos by 2021 will be the largest city on earth. The largest city on earth. And this is Lagos. Great to be discussing these things in Lagos. So the issue of nitrosamines, I just posted an article on that on Facebook, and a link to in LinkedIn, a synopsis of the article with references. Our evolutionary past is scavengers in the first place, right? It accounts for, we started to learn to think, to be cunning, similar to hyenas. Obviously we took a completely different evolutionary trajectory, so to speak, and we didn't end up like hyenas. But if you understand that as the link with human nature, there's a lot of things that make sense to me. We're cunning, we're able to outsmart other scavengers and predators, and we were in the first place not hunters and predators. In the first place we were scavengers, and then we became hunters, similar to hyenas, who's also hunters and scavengers. And that is our past. So that's reflected in our gut, high acidity in our gut to take care of pathogens as they enter our stomach. Now that fact, the high acidity level, then gives problems in the formation of N-Nitrosamines, which is cancer causing, right? And for years it's been said that the meat industry was given a bad rap for this, because it said that it was believed that our cured meat is the main source of nitrates and nitrites in our diet. Lo and behold, we found out that it is not the cured meats which is the biggest problem in terms of nitrates and nitrites, and therefore a possibility for nitrosamine. It's a possibility. Just listen to this. It's a possibility for nitrosamine formation. The biggest problem is the leafy greens, which we were always told that we should eat in plenty, copious amounts. So leafy greens are far more, they cause the presence of nitrates and nitrites, and therefore the formation of nitrosamines. But even that, the fact that we ingest it is not the problem. The fact is that our lifestyle is the problem. We don't exercise, we're obese, we're overweight. Well, I'm overweight, so I should say that carefully. I'm trying to work on that. That is the main cause. That is the lifestyle changes hugely exacerbate the possibility for N-nitrosamine formation. And there's this intricate balance then between our evolutionary past, who we were, and how we were scavengers. Now, from a human behavior perspective, that's also interesting to me, because as scavengers, I can see this behavior. If you think about it, as humans as scavengers, and we can see that in our planning and high levels of planning, high levels of using of technology and those kind of things, our environment, manipulating our environment as we did as scavengers, as we can see remnants of that in hyenas, for example, in Africa. Right, so that's very interesting. Just in terms of human behavior, the other thing that is of interest to me is that there's a lot of things that's said about humans, that, for example, we do things to other humans which animals don't do to each other. Well, you know, lions and other predators kill the cubs of that's not their offspring. Older animals are not revered, as in many human cultures they are completely neglected and killed many times. The ants, for example, keep slaves. They domesticate, they grow fungi to help in food processing or food production in there. Some ants completely rely on raiding nests of other ants and taking their larvae and raising them as slaves, workers effectively in their colonies. Some ants completely lost the ability to take care of themselves in certain ways. So, apology for that. When one thinks about it, then, is you will ask the question, how are we different from any other animal on the planet? Do people really deserve the bad rap that we get in terms of our behavior? If you consider the evolutionary past, if you consider what other animals are doing and insects are doing, you know, we domesticate animals. Well, so does ants. And there's this close relationship in fish, for example, fish that cleans them and those kind of things. How much is that different from what we're doing? So, and then also understanding the relationship with our diet and the things that cause illness in us. Fascinating discussion, guys. Here from what is soon to be the largest city on earth. There you guys. Have a fantastic day. Some thoughts.